Alright, good afternoon or good evening everybody. It is the 5th of August here in the UK, 2012, and here I am to review issues 7 to 12 of Action Comics of the New 52, okay, written by Grant Morrison with artwork by Rags Morales. And I tell you what, I have to admit, the guys have been doing some serious work. Obviously, if you haven't watched my review of 1 to 6, just click on the links. It's either on the screen here somewhere or below, and then have a watch of that, and then you can then be able to catch up on this lot as well. Now, pretty much from continue on from the last issue of issue 6, as I say, issue 7, he's managed to get himself into Brainiac's spaceship and has located a number of bottles that contain cities, not just Metropolis but other parts of the universe. There are other planets in there as well. So he's pretty much finding a way to rescue Metropolis and has to pretty much save the city. All the while the people in the bottles are being attacked by little Brainiac spiders as well. So it was very, very interesting to see that happen. So there's that. Issue 7. What we actually noticed between issue 6 and 7 is how the suit itself has become the suit that he's wearing. At the end of issue 7 even, sorry, between 7 and 8 even, not 6 and 7, between issues 7 and 8, we see that he actually does find the actual suit itself, and I'll quickly show you what the suit does. As you can see here, he puts on the white suit and it changes into the actual Superman armour uniform that he's now wearing. So it's very unique. It's obviously a Kryptonian technology of a certain extent, so that I actually do quite like that. I like the way that works. So in issue 8 he eventually battles Brainiac, and he needs to save Metropolis as well. So it's again, this particular issue focuses on him being up in space, taking out Brainiac, and saves Metropolis eventually at the end of the day. And it is very unique, as I say, because what I love so much is that you've got this character. This is all 5 years before Superman, okay, just remember that, and he's already got the suit. Still not sure if he can fly, because it doesn't actually mention that he's able to fly even after this particular stunt in issue 8. But by issue 9, what happens is we actually take the focus away and we get to Superman of Earth 23, who's actually the president of the United States in that particular Earth. So he resembles President Obama to a certain extent. I know some people weren't pleased about that, but I have to say I actually quite like the take. It was very unique. He's even got his own Superman robots, or his own robots of himself, so that if he's out there fighting crime and he's got an important meeting at the White House, he just activates one of the robots through Brainiac. He's got his own Brainiac as well. He's got the Justice League are there as well. They're pretty much all black people, which is quite interesting. Even on Krypton they're black as well. So it's all pretty much black orientated type of story kind of thing, which is very good. So Grant Morrison really did a good job with that. And yeah, as I say, he gets visited by Lois, Jimmy and Clark from another dimension, but Clark isn't actually, with superpowers kind of thing. So he has to help them out, save Lois, help Lois out to kind of, take on a certain evil that they've been battling themselves on their Earth. But it is very, very interesting. If you haven't read this, seriously, get it and let me know what you think of it. It's really good. So by issue 10, we focus back on to Superman himself, to Clark Kent, and this time he's being hunted by Nimrod. Okay, for many of you, you'll probably know who the character is. He's a very skilled sniper, assassin type guy, and he's determined to take down Clark. He knows the target is Clark, and he knows where to find him. He researches him and everything. He then actually realises that Clark Kent and Superman are the same person, but much to his dismay, Clark Kent's already dead. And how does he die? Well, I'll quickly show you, because it is quite interesting. A guy here with a bomb strapped to his chest, as you can see, blows himself up, Clark Kent tries to save him, and well, he's caught in it, isn't he? It's very interesting though that his landlady knows who Clark Kent actually is. So Clark Kent and Superman is known by his landlady, and she finds that out because she picked up his Superman t-shirts, or went to find his Superman t-shirts and hid them from some people who actually were the police officers were investigating his apartment. So she already hid his bag that had his Superman t-shirts, and that's when she kind of knew that he was Superman already. But there's another thing about said landlady which I'll get to in a moment in issue 12. Okay, by issue 11, Clark has taken on a new secret identity of a fireman called Johnny Clark, and he pretty much is still, you know, helping out as Superman, but Clark Kent, as far as everybody's concerned, is dead. This is when he then enlists the help of Batman. He tries to get Batman to help him either find out how he can bring back Clark Kent, or is there another way he can continue as himself, or find a way to bring up another secret identity for himself. So Batman gets to work. Here we find Clark is helping out as usual. You know, he's still fighting as Superman, but then another evil comes along who has the ability to control people's minds and make things that aren't there look like they're there. And it's all because of there's a little girl who's been looked after by Lois called Susie. And I think she loves to call Lois Aunt Lois, but as you can see here, you see the dude there. He's the guy that is actually, you know, after the little girl there. So they both have the same power of some sort, and then it becomes apparent why he's actually there to take her away, as it were. And by issue 12, we find out that it's because an evil is coming towards Earth that they both can't actually deal with. But Superman is getting in the way because he needs to get him and this little girl out of planet Earth, but he's not allowing, Superman's not allowing that to happen. Lois at this point is pretty much almost dead, so he needs to worry. He's now worried about Lois. He needs to save Lois at the same time. We get a background history on said villain that Superman is facing. We find out, how he came to be and how he is, with the powers that he has. That apparently it was his fault that his mother died. Just like Superman, he came in from a rocket ship from another planet, and was brought up by human parents as well. So anyway, as I say, Johnny Clark, his other secret identity, is eventually gone. So you see here one of the firemen picks up Johnny Clark's helmet and realizes that he's actually dead. So by that time, Superman now doesn't have a secret identity, but lucky for him, Batman has done his homework and has been able to revive Clark Kent to an extent. But before we get into that, what I love the most, right, is because Lois is almost, she's brutally injured and she's at a critical state. He's been told by the doctors, Superman's been told by the doctors that the operation could take hours, but Lois might not live that long. So what does Superman do? Goes to the library, reads up on every single medical book that you can find, every single one, and performs an operation on Lois. It's just astounding. Even the doctors, one of them actually turned around and said, "This is unbelievable. 10 years of medical training in 5 minutes," and he's pretty much, he saved Lois. It was just something amazing to actually read. It was brilliant. So that really tells you what Superman is capable of there. The firemen eventually find out that Johnny Clark, there was another Johnny Clark who was already dead 3 years ago. So they're quite surprised that the one Johnny Clark appears 3 years later after he's supposedly dead. But it says here, now this is one hell of a thing. The Keystone Fire Department only had one Johnny Clark on their team, and according to this, he died in a blaze 3 years ago. Because when Superman took on the person of Johnny Clark, he said that he's from the Keystone Fire Department. Obviously at the time nobody bothered to check the background, did they? So anyway, as I say, Batman appears. He's given Superman a bit of an update regarding Clark Kent's secret identity as well. He says you can now use your secret identity, but here's what you can do to back it up. And then that's when he tells his landlady about the whole, good things that Clark Kent has done. And then what we find out about said landlady is that she is not human either. She is actually a being from the 5th dimension. I'm not going to say any more other than that, so that's all. I'm just going to leave it there. But I have to admit, it's seriously damn good run so far of the series. Unfortunately for us, Grant Morrison is going to be leaving Action Comics after issue 16. He's actually going to be leaving comics for quite some time. By the sounds of things, he's announced that he's not going to be writing comics for a while. No one knows how long he's going to be out for. It could be for a very long time. It could be for a short time. It could be forever. I hope not. But as I say, all 12 issues. This is the first lot of the new 52, all there. So I've been very, very impressed with it. Very, very much love them. So I can't wait to see what the next 6 issues bring out. So as I say, if you want to see the first 6 issues of the review that I've done, just have a look on this. The video somewhere on the screen will be a link or at the bottom. So have a watch of that. And if you've been reading and following Action Comics, let me know what you thought of the series so far. Do you think it's worthy, or do you prefer what we had before the relaunch? I mean, I do still prefer what we had before the relaunch, but given the fact that I wasn't alive in 1938, I guess I can stick with this instead. But no, seriously, it's been a damn good run. So we'll see what issue 13 and onwards bring. Now don't forget, next month in September they're going to be issuing 0 issues, and that doesn't mean they're going to be doing no comics. No. DC will be bringing out special 0 issues, as in, number zeros as opposed to ones, to just give you a bit more of a background on some of the characters, where they're looking to go over the next 12 months as well. And I'll be very intrigued to see where the likes of Action Comics will be going, and what we've had so far, recap and what's to come and sort of stuff like that. So that'll be next month, and then obviously in October I'm guessing they'll then continue from 13 onwards. So yeah, looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you all very much. See you all later. Goodbye.